Why are you wearing red shoes if you ain't got a red shirt on? You look foolish.
Welcome to Stuff with Hal Baum. Tonight on the show, we're talking to Madelyn Estep, and we're going to be talking about pop culture. My name's Hal. Let's talk. That's my newscaster voice.
Good.
Thank you. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
While I do, why don't you tell me the 5 most important cultural icons of today?
Important cultural icons of today. All right. People that are like influencing the people.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, as like a cultural but not political, I definitely have to say Barack Obama.
Sure.
Like as a person, not as a politician.
Leader of the free world. Oh, you mean as a person?
Yeah. No, like him, like as like what he does as a person, like
Right.
actions and like how he interacts with people, and how he like is still a person while leading a country.
Right.
That I think is what's really key.
Right. More of a relatable politician.
Yes.
That is an important part of the world. If politicians were more personable, people wouldn't hate them. So
I know, because it's like all the idea of like being smiley and shaking hands and kissing babies. I'm like, why don't you just talk to me about TV instead?
Right.
Do you know that the Obamas like love Homeland?
Really?
Yeah, like the show on Showtime, they love Homeland. He says it's his favorite show, and when Showtime heard that, they're like, "Oh my gosh! Well, we're gonna get a box set of Homeland.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get the whole cast line. We're gonna send it to Barack Obama."
Mm.
And the actual funniest part about this is that, have you seen any Homeland? Are you familiar?
I watched the first episode.
Okay. Do you know that I think in like episode 3 you find out that like Sergeant Brody is indeed like secretly a Muslim.
Yeah.
He's been Well, he, the actor, wrote on the box. He wrote from one secret Muslim to another. And because it's so, and like Barack Obama laughs. He's like, haha, you're not an idiot.
Well, that's cool. So
Cool.
So Barack Obama, number 1.
Yes.
Who's number 2?
Influential right now.
Right.
I'd say, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Lady Gaga just had Art Pop come out, but I really haven't heard anything about it.
I heard that it failed. I heard that it was a flop.
I heard it was, it's
in
like
comparison
weird.
to other records she's released.
Oh, yeah.
Because certainly
like,
it still
next to,
sold
like,
millions of copies.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't stop Lady Gaga.
Right.
Oh, why haven't I thought of this yet? Beyonce. Beyonce is definitely the second most influential.
Sure.
With her album out, Beyonce.
Everyone is surfboarding now.
Everyone surfboard. Everyone in the world knows it.
Grabbing their surfboards, heading to the ocean.
The other day I left the Fiction Building and I walked out on the street and I stopped walking because I heard someone in their car in the distance playing Drunken Love. And I shouted on the street, "Someone is playing Drunken Love!" And one girl turned around, she looked at me, and then I shouted, "This is a new superpower I have."
What?
And she laughed, and I was like, all right, it's actually not weird. But then there was like clearly the chorus part, and I was like, yep, Drunken Love.
Oh,
Someone
the superpower is that you can hear.
I can tell when people are listening to Drunken Love, yes.
That is funny. That's a weird superpower to have. I've got to be honest with you right now, and maybe you are not going to like what I'm about to say.
I know what's coming.
I'm going to say it. I can't stand that song.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Have you listened to other songs?
I've listened to other songs, yes.
Really? Okay. Other songs.
Heard,
I mean, Beyonce's album.
Jimmy Crack Corn. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've heard songs that Beyonce has done that I've liked.
Okay.
Like All the Single Ladies.
Yeah,
that's
Single
a good
Ladies
song.
Pretty good. I tried to learn that dance one night with Sarah. We were.
Isn't it just like moving your hand sideways?
No, there's so much involved in it. It's really difficult. In fact, at one point she like swivels in a circle while crouched to the ground, like on her knees, and we're like, we're done. We're just gonna turn the music video for Drunken Love and just try and do all the things that she does in the video, which then involved a lot of like sitting on the ground and rolling on the floor and like.
She's all about sitting and rolling.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's
all about being on the ground.
Stop, drop, and roll was her idea.
You know, I've heard rumor of that, but they didn't have confirmation until now.
She's a fire safety specialist. She got started in Destiny's Child.
She did. Did you know there are originally 4 members?
I didn't. How many are there now?
There aren't, because Destiny's Child is no longer. They're Destiny's adults. And there were 4 originally, then there was 3. And they kicked out the 4th one Because she tried to cross Beyonce.
She
like
tried
Beyonce,
to cross her?
Yeah, like she like tried to like have like more spot. Like she was like the second highest vocalist.
I see.
So Beyonce kicked her out.
Wow.
Because she had to do what she had to get on top.
Yeah, that's
true. And now
true.
she's there.
And now she's on top.
She got the love on top.
Absolutely.
That's Beyonce's song.
I didn't get it.
I knew you didn't. So
I'm out of touch with popular culture, I would say.
It makes me sad.
Yeah? What am I missing?
I think you're missing how... Well, there's two aspects to it. One, which is like what is getting the most people interested and what is becoming what we are interested as like an actual society. Like in history books, Miley Cyrus will be like an influential like member of like the actual history, and I mean that. Like if you look at like the art side of 2010,
it's like Elvis.
Yeah. Like, he's a part of history. And people are just like, he's just a craze that will go away. If they don't actually put Justin Bieber in history books, like, he was the most... More people today know Justin Bieber's name than I think anyone knew Winston Churchill's name during World War II.
That's very probable.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he had an advantage, which is the internet.
The internet, exactly.
Right.
Which is why I think there's going to be more focus on celebrity as time goes on.
It's true. It is true.
Yeah.
Then, do you think we will completely forget about the Earth in general and just move into a purely internet-based community?
I don't know. Sometimes I watch WALL-E and I think that, and I'm like okay with it because we have WALL-E to tell us don't let it get this bad.
Right. But then, if it did get that bad, would it even be bad? I mean, floating around in a thing, getting fed food,
but like we know though because WALL-E tells us.
That
we'll
is
be like,
bad.
well then we won't have that, but it'll still only be like not that great.
I mean, the people in WALL-E before WALL-E made everything better weren't upset, were they?
No, they were like,
they were content to live their life that way.
And they just looked at each other's screens.
So I mean, here's the ultimate question: if you could take a pill that would make you happy forever, would you take it? Or do you prefer the real interactions of a human life?
I don't know. So it's like, how am I existing if I'm just happy? Like, is it happy and I don't do anything anymore?
Well, of course not, because why would you? Because you're already happy.
But then how are you surviving? Like, how do you have, like, nourishment?
You probably wouldn't.
Shelter?
You probably wouldn't.
I need more of a situation.
Okay. Well, that's been 5 minutes talking to Madelyn Estep about pop culture and robots. Will we all become one big soul? Just an internet floating above the earth that we have destroyed with our natural gases? Or will we do something else? Live as we do and continue to do that? This jury's still out.
Time will only tell.
That's true. That is true. Well, thanks for talking.
No problem.
Thanks for listening. And as always, thank you and good night. So long.
I saw you